All right, so you want to buy a netbook, but you're not really ready to deal with the abhorrently slow performance of a Atom. You're going to love this Acer Aspire 1410. Stay tuned and I'll tell you why. All right, so here's the 1410. Absolutely love this thing. Took it home with me, played with it for a while. Basically, what you're looking at is a netbook on steroids. It's technically not a netbook. It's kind of blurring the line between netbook and notebook, and technically it's not a netbook. I'm going to call it a netbook for now, even though it does not use an Atom processor, and to me that's the best part about it. If you're a little bit upset waiting for things to happen on your Atom, a little bit faster processor, actually quite a bit faster performing processor, and does a really good job. And on top of that, rather than having that 10.2 inch 1024 by 600 resolution screen, much larger, 11.6 inches diagonal on this, so it's a much larger screen. It's 1366 by 768, and that means you're going to get a little bit more workspace on your desktop, and on top of that, you can do native 720p video, which is going to look really great. Now, it's important to note that regularly, let's say on an Acer Aspire 1 netbook, it has the X3100 integrated graphics chipset. That's not going to cut it for any HD footage. Even 720p, it's just not going to be enough. But luckily, they've used here the GMA 4500 MHD, and that has dedicated memory, and it also shares memory with the regular 2 gigs of RAM that are on here, and that actually will do 720p video footage, which I will show you in just a second. Before, let me finish the rest of the specs though. So let's talk a little bit about the specifications on here. 2 gigabytes of memory, 250 gig hard drive, SATA. It's got a lot of great features like HDMI. It's got an incredible keyboard. I don't know if you can take a look at this keyboard, but it's absolutely ridiculous. It's got a lot of space. It's actually a completely full-size keyboard. Now, let's talk a little about the processor. What's in here is an SU3500, which is actually a Core 2 Solo from the Intel line. It's clocked at 1.4 gigahertz. It's got an 800 megahertz front-side bus, and it's got 3 megabytes of L2 cache. So it's much more powerful than the Atom. It's not as powerful as a Core 2 Duo Centrino 2 line, but it is very power efficient. It only pulls 10 watts, and it works very, very well. That combined with the LED-backed LCD screen and the really, really, really nice battery that's in here, it's a 6-cell. You combined get about 6 hours of battery if you're using it regularly, and you can actually get a little bit more if you lower the brightness and surf the web casually, don't do a lot of stuff. So battery life is incredible. Big screen, nice processor, 2 gigs of memory. It's running Vista Home Premium right out of the box. 250 gig hard drive is a lot of space, and you even get to choose from your colors. You got blue over here, you got black, and then you also have the red, which I'm holding right here, which is very, very, very nice. Liked it a lot. Now, on top of that, there's a lot of really good stuff all around it. We're going to take a look real quick. Let me show you right over here. Starting off from this left side, you do have VGA, which is very nice to have in case you want to use an external monitor, and this thing is fast enough that you might want to use it as a regular computer. Power goes right here, and then here's the best part, HDMI port, so you can output 1080p video footage to a big television if you have it. It'll also transfer audio, which is great. Right next door, it's got a USB 2.0 port over there. Up here in the front, on the bottom right there, there's a Bluetooth. That's Bluetooth right there, and right next to it is your Wi-Fi button, so you can turn those on, turn those antennas on independently of each other. Coming on over here to the right side of the netbook or laptop, whatever you want to call it, you have an SD card reader right there. It's actually a 5-in-1, so it does a lot more than SD. It'll do the Sony Pro sticks and the pretty much all the rest of them out of XD, SD, MMS, MS Pro, Sony sticks, all that good stuff. You have your input and your output for your headset and your microphones, and the output for your headphones is also an SP diff, so that's good to know. 2 more USB 2.0 ports, a Kensington lock, and 10100 1000 Ethernet is right there, so it's nice to have the gigabit Ethernet, which complements the N-Draft wireless and the Bluetooth 2.0 with EDR, so that's all really, really good stuff. Now, looking at the front of this thing, like I mentioned, you have a really nice keyboard layout here. It's got a full-size shift key, full escape, and it's literally full-size buttons. It types, it's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty the way this thing types. Also, is important to know, it's got a multi-touch trackpad. So if you want to actually zoom in, you can pinch to zoom. You can also do the round scrolling, and you can do a bunch of stuff. Multi-touch, so very nice multi-gesture trackpad, kind of like what the Apples have that PCs haven't had. Finally coming into something that's really affordable too, like this little netbook laptop. I can't seem to figure out what I want to call it yet. Now, on top of that, the 6-cell battery, like I said, is really, really, really nice. Really long-lasting battery. You get about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours through here. Fully serviceable. You can add up to 4 gigabytes of memory to this thing. It does have 2 slots. You can also switch out the hard drive for an SSD, and you can load Windows 7 on it, which is pretty much what needs to be done to this thing because it's such a good performer already. I can only imagine with an SSD and Windows 7. It's also important to note that even though this comes with Vista Home Premium right now, it will be eligible for the free upgrade to Windows 7, so you don't have to worry about buying it in the future. You can load RC1 now and upgrade to Windows 7 for free, no charge, no problems in the future as soon as it comes out on, what is it, October 22nd? October 22nd, Windows 7 upgrade. Very, very nice. And finally, really cool thing I liked about this is it has really nice speakers. Most netbooks have completely anemic speakers. You can barely hear them. This one is pretty nice. So if you're listening to music or you're chatting to somebody with the integrated webcam, you can actually hear what they're saying. You can listen to music. You can share it with your friends, and that's really good stuff. So I can definitely say that this is probably my favorite netbook or laptop that I have ever found. It's pretty good, and ironically enough, this could almost replace my my Asus N10J. Sorry to say Asus, but this thing is pretty bad. So 1410 by Acer. If you have any questions, email me, and I will see you guys next time. For more information on the Acer Aspire 1410, type in Aspire 1410 into the search engine of any of these major retailers. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.